Hello and welcome to my second layout for the Felicity Jane Creative Team using the August 2017 Zoe kits. And I just showed you the stamp kit that comes in the kit this month, stamp set that comes in the kit this month. And I have the idea to use these confetti dots and create a rainbow of soft colors. I'll be using Hero Arts Ombre and Hero Arts Shadow inks to stamp because I like the way they dry. They give a nice even dose of ink. And it just so happens that this confetti dot is the same width as the bold stripes, bows and bold stripes pattern paper from your kit. And I'm sure they probably designed it that way so that it would match up on the width, but I just found out by accident, so it was serendipitous. So I'm going to go about stamping my rainbow, and it just happened to match the stripes on the pattern paper that you'll see here in a second. After I finish stamping, I'll bring down the pattern paper that I'm using for the background is the pink dots and stripes. And can I just say, it's been a while since I've used a pattern paper or a colored piece of cardstock as a background, but this shade of pink is like so perfect in this kit that I had to use it. I had to. I just love the way the rainbow of confetti dots is turning out, and I pre-stamped the other triangle in the shot there. I just wanted to make sure that it would look okay once it dried, and it looks great, so I really love those inks. And so I'm going to zoom out here a little bit just so you can see me finishing up with the stamping, and I realized that I have a little bit of white space there where the confetti dots ended, so I'm going to add the pink at that portion. So now you see how I'm going to piece the background, the light pink stripe background. I'm going to piece it together so that it looks like there is a strip cut out of it and you can see the confetti stamping underneath. And then the paint stripe paper happens to coordinate with the stamping, so that worked out. And I'm going to line it up so that it does match up. And I kept the other piece just because I kind of like the first one the best. And here I'm using the border strip across the bottom, and I cut it off so that there was a little bit of the black and white pattern showing, and it looks like black and white stitching. I also needed to add some neutrals since there's a lot of color in this top left portion of the layout. I wanted to add a little bit of black and white to tone down the colors. So here I'm just going to trim this off, and then I'm going to go to the sewing machine. It's going to be off camera, but I stitch through each of these pattern paper strips to add some texture and also hold the layout together. as you can probably see, if I had to do this layout over again, what I would change would be that I would not cut that triangle piece so close to the stamping. I would leave more room so that I would have enough space to adhere it without seeing the line there. So, yeah, lesson learned. I did manage to glue it and then stitch over that so that it would hold. So I did manage to save some paper, I guess, by trimming it so close, but as Grandma says, I'm going saving on the paper. So once I get this all adhered here, and you'll notice that I left the previous the larger stamped piece in the background so that I could line it up and get the triangle piece lined up with the proper edge, the 12 by 12 edge. Because knowing me, I would put it on there crooked if I didn't have the background piece there. So that's what it looks like, and there's the 3 photos. That's a painting that I created for my sister of her dog, her dachshund. And then what I want to do for the title is to create a title with the die cut pieces that says "Love to Design." So I'll end up using the puffy sticker letters, and these are the pocket cards that are included in your kit. I love these because you can stick them behind, layer them behind photos, even if you don't do pocket pages. They're useful on scrapbook pages as well. And I wanted to turn that pink, the background piece on the right, the pocket card piece that has the pink triangle, I wanted to turn it so it was perpendicular to the triangle in the top left. And then here I'm just using washi tape. I have gone off camera and stitched through all the pattern paper strips, and so I'm taping down the excess that I went off the edge so that the stitching is, wow, that's really bright. So the stitching doesn't come loose. I just used my ugly washi, or tape, not ugly necessarily, like I have a purple, and I don't like purple, so anyway, I have some washi tapes that I use for the back, ones that I don't really care for that much. And here I'm just going to use the T-square to try to line it up. Since this is a somewhat clean layout, I wanted to get it lined up pretty close to straight. And especially since that top left triangle creates such a strong graphic element, I kind of wanted to go horizontal with this bottom right section of the layout. So here I'll begin placing my title, trying to decide whether I'm going to allow it to touch those pocket cards behind the strip of photos. And those photos I think are 1.6 by 2. So those 3 photos are just printed in Photoshop. I just resized them and printed them in Photoshop and on my home printer there. So I chose those 3 photos because my journaling is going to say, well, the title is Love to Design, and then the journaling will say acrylic and watercolor painting, sketching and scrapbooking, and home design. So that's why I have the 3 different photos to tie in with what's going to be my journaling there. I like to try to do that so that the layout kind of creates a story. And once I start putting it together, oops, sorry, my head's in the way. At least I have a hat on this time. So I like to do that. It seems like the layout comes together and starts to tell a story when I really coincide the journaling with the photos and the story I want to tell. And the embellishments as well. That's another reason I like the paintbrush stroked paper, is because I have a photo of that dog painting or pet portrait painting that I did for my sister. That one was done in acrylic, so most of the acrylic paintings I've done I've given away as gifts, but I kind of wish I had done one. Maybe I'll do one for our new house. I'll probably do watercolor. I wanted to do like a watercolor monstera leaf for our new house, but I'll have to wait for that. So here, I love that this puffy sticker alphabet is such a clean, nice font, and that it has so many numbers. That's perfect. It's really useful. And then I'm using the, is it EK Success, or no, Quick Cuts pickup stick. So I like to use that because it's clear and I can really see the letter sticker better. And it's an easy way to get those off of there, off the sticker sheet here. So I'm going to be lining that up with the T-square, trying to get it pretty much straight. And you can use the edge of the pickup stick to straighten out the little puffy stickers if they go on a little bit crooked. I just use the edge to, like right now, I'm just straightening out the E there. I'm trying out different pieces from the die cut pack, and what I'll end up using is some of the acetate pieces. There's a little bunting or a banner one that I'm going to use, and also an acetate arrow that I'll just staple to the page. Here's the final close-up shots and the finished layout with my typewritten journaling and the little puffy sticker white hearts and circles. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye!